Is going on YouTube? It's your boy B-Mark coming at you with another episode on this channel. In today's episode, I'm filming an entire content course. Sit back, relax, enjoy the episode. Let's go. Why are you filming an entirely new content course, Brian? I'm so glad you asked because we're the best in the fucking game. Cole and I have a combined following of over 2.2 million social media followers, and we feel it's our responsibility to make sure that we're giving back to our community. And so we're filming an entirely new content course called Content Mastery, where we're gonna break down our secrets and we're gonna look behind the curtains on what Cole and I do to not only go viral on social media, but to get a lot of clients from it. So Content Mastery is the name of the game. We're starting filming today. It's gonna be done by this week, and this is specifically for the 10K Mastermind or the $1 Million Mastermind. We are gonna sell the course on the front end as well to anybody that is interested. It's gonna be a hefty price tag because it's gonna be mine and Cole's combined experience of over 2 million social media followers, and it's gonna be fucking sick. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some behind the scenes. Let's get it. In today's presentation, we're gonna be talking about why content matters. In the 1800s, if I wanted to deliver a message to one person across the country, it would take me 4 to 8 weeks on horseback. In the 1900s, if I wanted to deliver a message to a person, I could mail it to them with a car or a plane, and I could get it to them in 1 to 2 weeks. Even 30 years ago, if I wanted to advertise my service, I would have to purchase TV advertisement or radio ads or a billboard or knock on people's doors. Social media literally completely transformed advertising forever. And with social media, you can instantly reach thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people within seconds just by pressing post. My intention is to give you a very deep understanding of why it's so important that you start taking social media seriously right now. In my own personal journey, social media has allowed me to generate over $20 million in online sales. None of that would have happened if I wasn't consistent with my social media, if I wasn't consistent with my posting, if I wasn't consistent with my content. Social media allowed me to buy my dream home in the Dominican and a mansion in Canada. Social media allowed me to purchase a 20,000 square foot gym in Kelowna, BC and rebrand it all my own, Aesthetic Nation, all brand new equipment. Social media got me speaking on international stages where I got the opportunity to meet Gary Vaynerchuk in person, my idol, and shake his hand in person while I introduced him in front of 9,000 people. And social media also gave me the opportunity to work with over 5,000 clients from all around the world. This is one of my clients, Patrick Hong, who has been with me for about 3 years. When he first started, he had 6,000 followers. This was just a screenshot that he posted inside of my community about a month ago. Patrick Hong, if you look him up right now, Patrick Hong Fit, actually has over 850,000 social media followers. Went from being a burnt out personal trainer that lived in Australia, now he travels the world full time with his girl. He just spent a few months in Dubai. Now he's in Kelowna, actually. He moved to Kelowna because he wanted to be close to me. But social media gave him the opportunity to do so. Let's talk about my business partner, Cole Lewis da Silva, the Wolf, who you guys are gonna be hearing from in this course. Yeah, lucky, he's a beast. 1.5 million followers on social media. And when you see that, you might be like, oh, he's always had it. Guys, when I first found Cole, he was working as an iron worker. He had just overcome a Percocet addiction, and he was working in his fitness schools. And he wanted to be an online coach. This was back in 2015. Cole had 200 social media followers. Every time Cole posted live, he would end the live stream because it made him so anxious that he couldn't tolerate being on a live stream. And that man, from that person, from that place, that was almost 9 years ago now, has built a huge social media following on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Snapchat, on his podcast. He has over 1.5 million followers on TikTok alone, 300,000 followers on Instagram. Guys, the proof is in the pudding. Social media allows you to create a legacy for yourself. Social media, with the click of a button, you can reach millions of people with one video. You deserve to break free from the 9-to-5 grind, and you're literally one decision away from being the next big thing. I was really motivated to post because I needed to get sober. Posting on social media allowed me to commit to my sobriety. It also gave me accountability, but most importantly, my grandma pretty much raised me. And I remember looking at her career and her job, and she was working a 9-to-5, working for somebody that she didn't like, and working at jobs where she was dropping off papers and making $15 an hour. And I realized, if I don't make money online, my grandma is literally gonna die while she's working one day. I hate that. She doesn't have a retirement plan. My grandpa was losing his health. He recently passed. I'm just not gonna be the guy that doesn't provide for my family. It's that was my internal reason. It's I'm not gonna be the guy that lets my grandma die while working. And you shouldn't be the man or the woman that lets your family not have what the fuck they deserve in life. That's why social media, because you could be that person that changes everything for your family, just like I am for mine. What's your why? Right? So you're gonna come up with two reasons. One is internal, it's intrinsic, it's motivating you from the inside out. And the second is external, and the second is for fucking you, right? An example is content matters for me because I want to quit my 9 to 5 forever, and I'm sick and tired of watching other people succeed while I'm sitting on the sidelines watching life pass me by. Like, I'm not going to be that guy anymore. I'm not going to be that guy or that girl that doesn't go all in on my dreams because whatever fucking reason, I'm just sick and tired of not being my very best. And so social media matters for me because I'm done being overlooked. What you're gonna do is you're gonna write your reasons down and you're gonna post them in the group, and that's your homework for this video. So you're gonna tell me why content matters for you specifically. It's time to make the commitment. You were made for so much more, and me and you both know that, which is why you're watching this video. It's time to stop playing small, start playing big, and you're gonna tell me why. Thank you so much for watching this training. Get your homework done, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's go. I'm just saying, that was fucking great. That was some good shit. Oh yeah, that was some good shit. I'm highly fucking motivated. I'm not gonna tell you why I'm fucking motivated, but I'm highly fucking motivated. Bam! That's one. Fucking line it up, son. Filmed. I'm going to number 2. I'm fucking literally in flow right now. That was fucking sick. No double takes, no fuck ups. It's just handled. Anything else you wanna fucking add? Huh? And you like that? Even Nick liked that. He only loves fucking animals. He liked it though. He was interested.
It's because you're a fucking animal right now.
Fucking rights, dude. Let's fucking go, dude. I'm not gonna put anybody in my course that isn't a better creator than me. Cole and I are the best creators in the fucking course, so Cole and I are gonna be the ones recording the videos. Moving forward, video 2. Welcome to video 2 in Content Mastery. Today, we're gonna be talking about the deposit withdrawal strategy. And you might have been recently familiar with the strategy if you're one of our clients, but we need to really have a conversation about this because if you don't master this and you don't embody this and you don't become this philosophy, you will never be successful on social media. Imagine this, you're like, I want some money. You put on a mask, grab a big bag, you run to the local bank, you walk up to the teller and you're like, give me all of the money in the bank. And they freak out. They're like, oh my God, you're so good looking and handsome, but take all my money because you have a gun. And then they give you all the money. You might walk away with the money and you might get some quick cash, but do you think that bank would do repeat business with you? Like, do you think if you went back a second time and you're like, hey, do you mind if I grab some more cash? Do you think they'd want to do business with your ass? No. If you came back to the bank when you demanded a bunch of cash, they'd throw your ass in jail. My question for you is, why do you keep doing that with your social media? You haven't posted in a while and you're not giving actual value and you're like, now accepting clients, give me your money. Now, if you want to get some money from the bank, the best way to get money from the bank is to make deposits. The more money that you deposit into the bank, the more cash that you have in the bank, the more that you can withdraw. The bigger the deposit, the bigger the withdrawal. So when you become a person of value and you're consistently giving value to your social media and you're nonstop showing up on your live streams and your posts and your podcasts and everything, and you've been consistent for the last 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, etc. When you actually do that, the more that you deposit into the quote unquote bank account, the more that you can withdraw. This is the ideal and the only way to view your social media account if you want to build a business that lasts. Every single time that you make a post on social media, you're making a deposit into your social capital account. Also, on that very same token, every single time you go to social media and you ask, would you like to join my coaching program? You're making a withdrawal. And so if you keep making your withdrawals, you keep making your asks, you keep asking for repeat business, at some point your social media is gonna be like, homie, you haven't been making any deposits. You don't sign any clients this week, you're not making money, you're not making cash, and you're wondering why. I'll tell you why, because you're not making your deposits. If I walk into a bank with Monopoly money and I make a deposit, it doesn't count. Just like when you post on social media with some dog shit post that you put no effort into it, that doesn't count as value. So you're like, I'm making my deposits, but literally the last 50 posts that you posted on Instagram, you were posting just to post. That doesn't count as making deposits. I can't withdraw real money from the bank if I'm putting in Monopoly money. I need to be putting in value where people consume my content and they're like, damn, thank you. That was great. That was fantastic. I needed that. That shifted my mindset. That was everything I was looking for. And guys, the more that you deposit into your social capital account, the more value that you can provide, the more lives that you do, the more energy that you have, the more passion that you have, the higher quality camera that you film with, the better your editing is, the more intention that you put into your content, the more that you do content research, the more that you understand your avatar, the more that you deposit into your social capital account, the more that you will be able to withdraw. And when you give to your social media in such a way where you're like consistently showing up, consistently delivering value, consistently going above and beyond, what ends up happening is you become the go-to person in your industry. If you want to grow your social media, you cannot be thinking, how do I grow my following? You must be thinking, how do I give my followers more value? Because the more value that you give to your followers, the more that they will want to follow you. You need to make a decision right now that you're going to be the most valuable person in your industry for the niche that you are serving, period. When I first started online coaching, I remember I started the Change How to Make Money Online Trainer podcast, which is currently the #1 podcast for online coaches. Thank you very much. And I made the decision the moment I started the podcast. I'm like, this is not only going to be a podcast, this is going to be the most valuable podcast for online fitness coaches on the internet, period. There's not going to be a single person that does it better than me for online coaches. In the last 5 years, I've recorded over 1,000 podcast episodes. We've been in the top 50 charts multiple times. And I just decided, I was like, I'm gonna be the go-to person in the industry for online fitness coaches. And that's why we have the biggest business. That's why we have the biggest impact. That's why we work with the most amount of clients. That's why everybody that comes to PT Domination comes to us because we're the best and everybody else competes for second place. If you wanna build a business to 6, 7, 8 figures, the most important thing that you need to understand is that the more that you deposit, the more that you can withdraw, period. You also need to take a big, hard look in the mirror and understand that your bank account right now is a direct reflection of how much value you've provided to the marketplace. And if you are broke, that means you haven't provided any value. And if you are doing well, that means that you've provided some value. If you look at your bank account and you are shocked with how much money is in there, that means that you've provided some real value to the marketplace. This isn't just about me. This is about the clients that we've worked with. One of my clients, Kenny Duzal, recently worked with us, and he's still in our program. Kenny's been posting for 2 years with the mindset that he's gonna be the go-to person in the industry when it comes to strength and conditioning fighting. 6 months ago, Kenny's content started to pop off. Conor McGregor's boxing coach followed Kenny on social media. He's trading the 11th ranked fighter on the planet who shouted him out on a podcast because Kenny was such a great coach that he literally gave Kenny a shout out on a podcast. And if Kenny can do that, and he started 3 years ago, why can't you? It's time for you to make a decision. You're going to be the go-to person, the most important person, the resource for your niche in your industry. Make that decision right now. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Bam.
Depositing value into YouTube right now.
Pow. Pow, pow, pow.
If you bitches are watching this and you're not getting any fucking value or action, you need to rethink your own life.
And Nick called you bitches, so he's taking value from you, but I'm giving value to you because I didn't call you bitch.
I'm taking value.
Unless
that motivated you, then I'm giving you value.
Great argument.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say about it. It's a valid argument. Now you guys understand why I make fun of Nick so much, because he's rude. I'm just joking. We're on the 3rd video, you guys. The way that I like to do shit like this is I like to get into flow. It's really easy for me to kind of just like spitball and go off the cuff. So for me, this is important to just stay in the zone. So as you notice when I'm recording, I'm just like boom, 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 boom. I'm just going back to back to back. That's how I would prefer to do it. Like that's how you get the best work done. I'm in flow right now. I'm just gonna keep rocking and rolling. I'm gonna go into video 3. How I've broken apart this week, you guys, basically what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 hours of deep work every day on the actual course, and then I'm gonna get Nick to film. Whether we're filming the video itself or whether we're doing the slides, whatever, but I'm doing this entire fucking course this week. So that's the breakdown, and let's get into it. This video, we're gonna be talking about picking a niche and becoming the go-to resource for them. Now, why do you need to pick a niche? Because over time, the algorithm learns you. And we need to really understand how the social media algorithm works. Like if we want to play the game of building a business that lasts a long time, then we need to understand the algorithm, we need to know how it works. Every single platform, they have one goal and one goal only, and that goal is to keep you on the platform for longer, period. So if your content isn't doing well, it's because it's not keeping people on the platform. So if you want to do better on social media, then you need to figure out, how do I create content that keeps people on the platform for longer? You should write that down. The algorithm wants to show you content that you know is highly relevant, that you know you're gonna be paying attention to. Let's just say as an example, you're like, you know what? I am going to be the coach for men who are trying to burn body fat, who struggle to see their 6-pack. I'm gonna literally be the go-to guy for them. I'm gonna give them everything that they need, and then some. I'm gonna be the only person that they ever need to find on social media, and they're gonna have everything they need from fitness, nutrition, mindset, etc., and more, right? So let's just say you decide to make that happen, right? What happens is, when men start browsing fat loss content and how to see their 6-pack, whatever, if your content is highly relevant to that person, 2 things happen. Number 1, the algorithm will favor you. So as soon as that man watches one of your videos, if all of your content is targeted towards, that demographic, that fat loss demographic, the algorithm is gonna be like, okay, so I can show B-Mark's content to this guy more because this guy seems to be interacting with B-Mark's content more. And if I show Brian Mark's content to this guy, he's gonna stay around on the platform for longer. And if social media keeps you on the platform for longer, they can get their advertisers to spend more money on them because they've got people's attention for longer. So that's one reason you need to niche down, okay? The second reason that you need to niche down is, let's use that same example. I'm the man that needs to lose fat. You're the dude that creates fat loss content. And I come across one of your videos and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna go to his page. If I go to your page and every single video is targeted towards me, if you're struggling to see that six pack, listen up. Here's a nutrition hack to help you see your six pack. Here's my favorite fat burning workout to help you see your six pack. Every single video, bam, 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 is directed like literally at me. I'm gonna follow you. There's two reasons you need to pick a niche. Number one, because the algorithm will literally learn you, and then it will send your content to more people that engage with that type of content. And number two is when people come across your content and then they click on your page, you want them to hit that follow button, but the only way they're gonna hit that follow button is if they resonate with the content that you're putting on your page. I always advise my clients to pick the old version of themselves. Why? Because it's easiest to understand the old version of you. It's easy to speak to your pains, your problems, your experiences that you went through because you were that person and you truly do know that pain. If you're brand new, like literally just speak to your old self. Speak to the pain of you, when you first started your fitness journey, not knowing how to go to the gym and hiring your first coach and what that felt like and why you got started. It's like, Mark, I used to be skinny and I don't want to work with skinny guys. Okay, but like you used to be skinny and then what did that lead to? That led to confidence issues, insecurity, realizing that you didn't like the skin that you were in. So speak to those pains because those pains will also attract fat loss clients. Speaking to your old self in terms of your pains will allow you to bring in your first batch of customers. So here's what I want you to do if you're more experienced is I want you to sit down at your client roster and I want you to identify the top 10% of your clients. Let's build a niche around those people. Your niche can be a person or a problem. When I was an online fitness coach, I built my reputation because I was speaking heavily on why restrictive dieting and the low carb approach was weak, and it was the quote unquote meal plan approach was literally killing people. I became the go-to guy that would help you break free of like low carb dieting and embrace intermittent fasting so you could burn fat and eat foods that you love. My niche was a problem. Now your niche can also be a person. A person would be like, I help career-driven men who are 35 plus struggle to burn fat and build lean muscle to lose 10 to 20 pounds in 90 days or less. That's an example of a person. A person would also be like, I help busy moms who struggle to find time for the gym, put themselves first. That's a person, right? You're gonna have a specific problem that people have. Then like when you're doing your customer research, you have to really think about the effects of this problem. So as an example, somebody that's struggling with the restrictive dieting lifestyle, I'd really have to think about like, okay, what are the negative pain points associated with restrictive dieting? And then I have to list out all those negative pain points. You get what I'm saying? And then if I'm like working with busy moms, quote unquote, as an example, be like, what are all the pain points of being a busy mom and starting your fitness journey? So it's like, it's the same way to approach the research and it would create the similar depth in the content, but it can either be a person or a problem. The reason that I chose the niche of online fitness coaches is this. General practitioners on average in Canada, which is a general practitioner, I walk into the doctor, I'm like, I'm sick, help me, makes an average of $70 per hour in Canada. Surgeons in Canada on average make $154 per hour. That means that being a specialist and doubling down in a niche means that you double down on the amount of money that you're gonna make. And if you wanna speak to everyone and have a little bit of money, go ahead. But for those of you who actually wanna make money, who wanna grow your social media accounts, who wanna double, triple, even quadruple the amount of impact and income that you can make, it's time to niche down. I need you to do this solo. I need your brain power. Because when you do the work outlined in this worksheet, it's gonna provide you with some massive clarity, all right? Attached to this video, I'm gonna give you guys an avatar worksheet. I want you to take your time with this worksheet. And I want you to understand, like, the more that you get to know your customer avatar, the more money that you're gonna make. And the customer avatar is really the person that you want to, like, that you really, really, really wanna work with. And again, if you're new, it can be your old self. And if you're more experienced, it can be top 10% of your clients. Let's build an avatar around that person. If you are more experienced and you have some clients, get on the phone with some of these clients and be like, hey, I'm doing a little bit of research. Basically, I'd love to have more clients like you. So if we could hop on a phone call and like, I would love to just ask you some questions and get to know you a little bit more, it would really be helpful. Here's exactly what you're gonna get to know. So first, like, are they male, female? What age range are they in? What do they do for work? And what are their interests? What is the desired outcome that your clients want? Like, what do they want to achieve? Now, the best client description, describe your perfect client. What attributes or characteristics make them an ideal fit for your training services? Like, what is it like about them? Like, why are they the perfect fit? Then we're gonna go into struggles. What's your biggest challenge your ideal client faces externally, such as a career, relationships, or health? And then desired outcome in a sentence. What specific results does your client hope to achieve? And then what are the daily headaches your client has? What are the biggest internal struggles your client has? What are the biggest external struggles your client has? What are the biggest pain points they're experiencing? By getting deep and understanding the actual ins and outs of this specific avatar, you're gonna have a deep understanding of what type of content you wanna create on social media. And when you create content, it's gonna feel like you're speaking directly to somebody's soul. The more time that you spend on this, the better, because the more time that you spend on this, the more that you're truly gonna understand the person that you're trying to work with, which will help you create content on a deeper level that you can't even begin to imagine. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't just click the next video, okay? You got some fucking homework from this video. Sit down after this video and actually do the customer avatar research. I want you to learn this stuff so when you create content, it becomes second nature. You don't have to like look at your sheet for your content all the time. You literally know the avatar like the back of your hand. So take some time after this video, do the actual work, sit down and create the customer avatar through the worksheet, and I will see you in the next video. But don't watch the next video until you actually do it. I'm watching you. Woo! 3 done. We're gonna wrap up the YouTube video there. So that's a little bit of a behind the scenes on what it's gonna be like. Our new course called Content Mastery, Cole and I are putting together. Again, we've amassed a social media following of 2.2 million followers combined across all platforms. So we're gonna take together our knowledge on how to create awareness content, conversion content, and how to basically go viral and turn those eyeballs into customers. So first of all, leave me a content, let me know if this is valuable. Send me a DM on Instagram that says content course, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help. Peace, love, protein, have the best day. Everyone, I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Let's go.